Hey guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm doing a review for Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, the spin-off series, sequel series to, or prequel series to Harry Potter. So I did get to see this premiere night, and I have to say, first before I start the review, that I'm a casual Harry Potter fan. I've actually not seen all the movies, even though it's definitely a plan to see all the movies one day. I've seen about half the movies, I would say the first four. I've seen them all in theaters. I remember when I was a kid, I loved the first movie. I've seen that many times, and also we did a commentary on Media Madness for the first movie, so I've seen that one a lot. But I did get to see this movie with my friend Mimi, who is a huge Harry Potter fan, so if I had any questions, I asked her if I missed anything Harry Potter related. But let's start talking about this. We're gonna get to the non-spoilers first, and then the spoiler portion, so I'll warn you when we get to spoilers. So what did I think of this movie overall? It was a fun movie. It did exactly what you expect with a Harry Potter movie, which is building the world, making you feel like a kid again and feel at awe when you see the world building of this movie, especially because it's focusing on different aspects of the wizarding world of Harry Potter. So it's interesting because we get to see more of an American aspect, and we've always gotten Britain aspect, English aspect, and point of view of wizards, and we also have a different time period. So it was interesting. It was fun to see that, and our heroes, obviously, how do you replace Harry? How do you replace those characters? Not replace, but, make another franchise out of these new characters. And they did a really good job here. I like the heroes. I don't know if I had that same magical feel as when I walked into the theaters to watch the first Harry Potter movie, but that's also because I was a kid when I saw that movie, so obviously it's going to be a different perspective. But I did like our heroes, and they definitely, I guess set them up to be cool heroes to follow as we go along to see, 5 more movies of this, or 4 more movies of this franchise. So yeah, that's definitely the best part. Heroes, the world building. My negative, and I can't go into it too much, I'll talk more about it in spoilers, probably is the villain. I'm not going to talk about the villain, but I think if you're not a Harry Potter fan, you're not really going to get it, because I had a lot of questions. I'm like, why? What's going on? I don't, and I'll talk a little bit more in spoilers. So I kind of wish it was a little more new watcher friendly for that part of the movie. And attached to the villains of the movie, there were some annoying characters, which I totally got their story, and I think it was interesting, I guess, but I just couldn't connect to that character, so that's a little bit of a negative. Also pacing, there's definitely some slow parts of the movie. All Harry Potter movies are very long, so this is actually a lot shorter than normal Harry Potter movies, but still some basic problems. But overall, like I said, I think it set up the world well, and that's kind of what this movie was all about, and that's kind of what franchise movies have become, is setting up. And as someone that's a non-Harry Potter fan, I definitely had fun with it. I don't know if I would see it again, but I'm glad I saw the first movie, and it hooked me enough where I definitely will see the second. So I'm going to give this movie 3.5 stars, and of course now I'm going to move on to my spoiler portion so I can actually talk a little bit more in depth about the movie. So, spoilers, if you haven't seen it yet. Watch this video after you see the movie, that way you get my spoilers, but let's start talking about some spoilers. So, the villain I was talking about, which is kind of obvious he was the villain, and that was Colin Firth's character. And he supposedly has to do with Voldemort. I, again, don't know as much about Harry Potter. Kind of wish that was more obvious, because his motives here, I didn't really know them. I just knew that he was trying to get this kid and try to find the kid who kept their power secret, is now unleashing all this evil. So I wanted more from him. His motives were a little weird and kind of made the movie in the last act feel a little less heavy for me. And then that goes to Ezra Miller's character, where I think you're gonna either like him a lot or you're not. And for me, I was kind of the later. I didn't really like his character. I thought I understood why he was a crybaby, but it just didn't make him a likable villain. And Also, what happened to the girl? Like, did the girl have powers? I don't think she did. I think it was more of a red herring, but still, what happened to that girl? She had the wand, and then, yeah, that whole section of the movie I was a little less interested in, and I wanted to keep going back to our heroes, because our heroes is the most interesting part of this movie. That's where you're getting to see even more of the world building, and again, the different perspective of Harry Potter in the Harry Potter world in America and in a different time period, in a more, older characters here, so I enjoyed that. I was disappointed to see Jacob's memory wiped away, and they leave us on a cliffhanger where he's like, yeah, I do remember. It's probably the bite that makes him remember. Maybe it was just like that it was more than 24 hours, but when he sees his love, pretty much, he remembers, or at least they leave you off. I'm like, yeah, he remembers. He was such a fun character. I think out of all the characters, he was my favorite. And I think that's why I was so disappointed that they had to leave us on that cliffhanger and we have to wait for the next movie to find out what happens. But yeah, all four of those characters. I was actually surprised it was 4 main leads. Well, obviously Eddie Raymond is our main lead. But 4 of the group. I thought it was just going to be 3, just like Harry Potter. So I was surprised by that, but I liked it. I thought they worked all really well together, and this was, yeah, more of a setup movie, though, just to say, here's all the characters, and this movie's going to be more about the fantastic of the world, the beasts that are the animals that are in the world, and I thought that was an interesting take on the franchise, because it's not just focusing on magic, it's focusing on the world it's building, which is really, a main reason why Harry Potter is so popular. So I like that, and yeah, like I said, it was a really good setup movie. I think movies in the future are going to be even better, but it was just a setup movie to me, and that was kind of what was lacking in some ways, but again, as a casual Harry Potter fan, I enjoyed it, though. I definitely think you should watch it at least once and enjoy it, enjoy the movie. So I gave this movie 3.5 stars. Please let me know in the comments below what you thought. This is Comic Uno. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Don't forget to like my Facebook page. Also, description below, there are links for my comic book, Like Father, Like Daughter. And don't forget to like the Facebook page of Like Father, Like Daughter. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.